Sorry.
You don't like it?
All right.
My eyes be looking like I'm just.
I've already got the topic in there. So let's go. Maximize this. Hello, hello. Come on in.
Hey, y'all.
You are? Want me to go fix your plate real quick?
Okay.
All right. So let's try to make it right.
Oh, no, I'm fine either way, baby.
Okay.
I thought I was fast anyway.
Okay. Hello, hello. We're talking about the blended family today. Come on in. Come on in. Well, we're talking about blending family, not the blended family, because I think everyone has their own definition of what the blended family is, or what their definition of, or what it looks like to blend the family, period.
Yeah.
So we're going to give you some things to consider, to think about, just some of our opinions, some of the things that we have experienced in blending our family.
Yes. But we're going to give people time to come in.
Yeah,
first.
what it has looked like and everything. So we are going to give people time to come in first. Tell us where you're coming in from. And thank y'all for joining us on this Saturday afternoon. It's morning for our West Coast people over in the Pacific Standard Time Zone. So thank y'all for coming in.
Yeah. So, yeah. We get that other holder.
Mm-hmm.
Be bigger up there.
For the iPad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
I don't mind being this close to you.
Mm-hmm. But you rather kind of like have some space in between us.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, Taj. Welcome in, baby girl. How are you doing today?
What's up, everybody? How you doing? Hey, let me just say this. You all can't experience what I'm experiencing right now, but my wife smells so good.
Oh, thank you.
She smells so good.
Hey, Kim on YouTube. So we are streaming on two platforms today. Do I have something in my teeth?
Yeah.
Okay, checking my teeth and everything. Okay. Sorry about that.
No,
we should have gotten all this ready before we got on camera.
No.
But that's all right. Yeah. Kim is coming in on YouTube from Orange, Texas. We have Sacramento, California in the house. So thank you all so much. Yes, this hair. I got my Mother's Day hair on now, y'all. We got the Philippines on. Oh, wow. They're on TikTok. We got Richmond, Texas coming in on YouTube today.
You have that shirt on now.
So, what shirt on, baby?
I can barely see.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Florida, Connecticut.
Yes. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, Katie. What's up, Katie? Katie on YouTube. I miss y'all too. Hey, did Dr. G tell you that I'm no longer the sales rep for them anymore? Katie, we gotta talk. We gotta talk. That's why I haven't been to Sylacauga in a while. Oh, sorry, that's Katie on YouTube, y'all.
So we had a personal connect for a second.
Thank you, Kim. He'll say you cute.
She all right.
Oh gosh. I know, Katie. I know, but you have to do what you have to do, and just so much better coming in to build our brand, to really do what we love when we talk about, blending the family, when we talk about faith, family, and marriages, and what God is calling us to. You have to take that step of faith, Katie. All too well, what I'm talking about with you and Dr. G starting your practice. Man, it's truly, that's what it's about. It's about coming into your own and building it. Absolutely. Yes. Well, hey, TikTok, we got you coming in. Thank you guys so much. Oh, thank you, Katie. You give my man a hug for me, okay? You tell him, you kiss him on his cheek. And so I'm not done with the jokes though. I got plenty more for him. And me, you, and him and Joaquin have to get together for dinner one night.
With no jokes.
So we're gonna have to make that happen. Now I can't tell you that Dr. G won't tell you the jokes, baby, because he got some jokes for you.
I tell you, see people, I can't get away from the jokes even when I visit other people's houses.
Right. He can't get away from them. He just can't. Hey, Terry on YouTube. Hey, y'all. So come on in. We got South Carolina. We got Virginia. We have...
Yeah, thank you all for being here.
We have Alabama in the house. We have...
The Philippines.
Yes.
Texas, California. If y'all hear some music playing in the background, just y'all just bear with me. I love music, so I'm always listening to something. Matter of fact, what kind of music would you all? No, I ain't gonna ask y'all.
Yeah, he just gonna play some music.
Yeah.
He just gonna play some music for y'all and let it play in the background. But I have to say that our live Thursday night has completely blown up on YouTube.
Is it?
Yes, I have gotten inboxes. I have Shalanda Davis on YouTube right now who said, listen, I'm in tears from watching Dealing with Infidelity. The first video of ours that she has ever watched. She says, I done laughed so hard. She says, I laughed so hard. But I also got inboxes that said, look, thank you and your husband so much just for your transparency, for your opportunity to open up to us about what you've gone through, how you come through it, you know, and allowing God to truly use us in that. So if you have not seen our live from Thursday night, please go to YouTube and watch Dealing with Infidelity in Your Marriage and Relationship and tell us your thoughts. Let us know what it is you think about what we did, how we got through it, and what this looks like going forward for us. And today we come to you with a subject that so many families are dealing with, and our definitions are so different. What's up, D. Clark? Who on TikTok? She is our moderator on TikTok. So
she's our enforcer.
Yes, she enforces the rules and the regulations to keep us within the bounds of our TikTok partnership.
Okay, there are a lot of people on TikTok asking for our YouTube page. Our YouTube page is simple. It's Joaquin and Stacy Loper. Joaquin and Stacy Loper. D. Clark, if you don't mind pinning that in the comment section for us. It's just our name, Joaquin and Stacy Loper. Please go follow us on YouTube. There are a plethora of videos we've put on there over the last couple of years, just encouraging marriages and encouraging individuals just to be greater. Yes.
To be greater individuals, greater husbands, wives, parents, friends.
We got Ethiopia in the house.
Yes.
And Belize.
Yes, we have our boy David Williams on YouTube in the house. What's up, Mr. David?
What's up, David? How you doing? I got my man T. T is up in here in the house.
Hey,
in California.
So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna jump right on in.
Jump right on into this. Give us 1 second. I forgot to do something before I jumped on this live because we don't do anything without giving honor first. All right.
Okay.
So give us 1 second. Sorry. Hey. Thank you for this day.
Yes, in Jesus' name, amen.
All right. We never want to put our emotions onto people, so we just want to speak from our experience.
Right. And
we got Memphis, Tennessee in the house. What's up, Memphis 10? Our old home, stomping ground.
Yes.
Hawaii. So today our topic. I can't promise my wife won't throw some jokes in there because she's been at it already this morning before I went to the gym. But the topic today is blending the family. Blending the family. And what does that look like for you? There are many different variations of blending the family. When we started this ministry, it was nothing about this. It was nothing about this, even though it was about this.
So when you say this, what are you talking about?
Thank you for asking.
My pleasure.
Great question.
My pleasure.
When we started this ministry, it was actually in a dark place. So never get yourself down or think nothing can come out of where you are. And if you feel like you're in the mud. Yes, I was military. So one night, my wife and I were having some heated fellowship. And our heated fellowship had to do with our past and some transgressions that went on, and dealing with in-laws. Let's jump right into it, y'all.
Yep.
Dealing with some in-laws. And in the process of us getting stronger together, we had to cut some people out of our lives, whether it's for a season or forever. And you have to be strong enough to do that.
Right.
Because I didn't marry other people. I married my wife.
Right.
She married me. If you can't respect these two individuals, it is what it is. And in the midst of my wife arguing or having some debate with someone on the phone, I said, hang up. I said, it doesn't matter. We're blended and winning. And that's it. My wife got off the phone and she was like, babe, okay, talk to me. What do you mean blended and winning? I was like, shoot, blended and winning. I said, yeah, blended and winning. I said, what do you think?
He didn't fully know what blended and winning really meant. He just knew that in that moment, God was speaking to him saying, you guys are blended and winning.
Yeah, and I knew my wife had kids coming into the marriage. Yeah, so when people look at my daughters, they always, they were like, they're not yours. Biologically, no, but those are my daughters. Those are my girls. And no one can ever tell me differently. But I told my wife the little unction I had. I said, man, we're blended and winning. No matter what comes at us, nothing can break us up if we don't allow it in. So on top of that, I started calling us the unbreakables. I'm like, we're unbreakable. And I said, what do you think? And she gave me a concept of what she heard me say. And I said, that's exactly what I meant. You just said exactly what I was trying to say. And since I know we don't want a card, I'm going to go with what you just said. And we've built off that until now. Even to the point, one of my cousins in Texas, who's a Caucasian lady, beautiful self. What's up, Lauren? And she said when she heard us starting that up over 9 years ago.
About 8 years ago.
Yeah. I sent her the emblem of our the logo. And it was a B and a W. And she said, oh, that's cool. She said, black and white. And I was like, no, it's blended and winning. But I hadn't even thought that far. So that started our wheels to turning. This thing is more than just about blending the family because
someone brings children
into it. Now we're talking about race. Ethnic differences, tradition differences,
religious, spiritual, differences. We're also talking about financial differences coming from two different sides of the track. What does that look like for your family? So when people talk about blending a family, it's not about
one specific thing.
It's not about one specific thing, because think about it. This is how I want everyone who is listening here on this live today. This is how I want you to start looking at blending the family. Okay. How many of you out there are juicers? How many of you like to juice, or you like your smoothies or things of that nature? Okay.
Or your coffee.
Okay. So you like those type of things. Okay. Blending. You're blending something when you put all of those different fruits and vegetables and those different things, like your whey protein, like your flax seeds, like all your ginger, your turmeric, you got your pineapples, you have your cucumbers, you have all of this kind of stuff that you're blending together in a blender. You're not just going to take it and blend it a couple of times, right? You blend everything to become one substance, one thing that you can take down in a gulp.
Ooh, that's good.
Right?
And what's so good about the blending, I mean, cut you off, but you can't tell what's what. You can't tell what's what. There may be a distinct color about something, but you can't tell what's what. And as your taste buds go through the thing, you can taste the different things in there, but you really can't tell what's what.
Exactly. And that's what blending a family is like. It's not just about blending and coming together just to raise children. It's about, let's blend our assets. Okay.
Our ideas.
Let's blend our ideas. Look, marriage, the goal for marriage is not that we think alike.
It's that we think together.
We think together.
That's what it's about.
Because when you begin to think together, that means that we come together and we put our thoughts in this bucket and we say, what's best for the family right now? Not what's best for me as an individual or what's best for you or who's right or who's wrong. But right now, what's best for this family? That helps us become a united front and not a great divide. Okay? That's what blending the family is all about. It's not just about the way we raise our kids or that I came with kids and he didn't. Does it have a lot to do with that? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Ooh, let's hate. Okay. Let's not get it twisted.
But when you think about that, when you think about blending the family and discipline your kids, how traditions, how
let's talk about that.
All of that comes into play. And
you
still have to blend your family with money while you're raising these kids. You have to build them with character, with values. But what values do you utilize when you're building your family? Mm-hmm. Do you utilize his values? Because he has this great family. His family got it all together. And my family's just completely dysfunctional. Do we do it that way? Or do we come together and we say, you know what? This is how I see it. Okay. And this is what I feel like we can bring together to make us a family. Okay.
At the end of the day, it's about us. It's not about me.
Right.
Now, let me say this. There may be some seasons my wife has it going on, and she does have it going on, y'all.
All the time.
Leave it to me. Leave it to me. See, she has no problem hyping herself up now. But my wife has it going on, in that season, if that means me putting some of my goals, not putting them away, but just put them to the side for a second to make sure that I push her and be her best support, that's what I'm gonna do. It's about the family. If my wife win, I win.
Absolutely.
If I win, she win. When people see my wife, you know what they're gonna say? Man, that's Stacey Loper. You know what her husband is, right? When they see me, that dude married to that Loper lady. Mm-hmm. We're one.
Yep. They're not gonna see me without seeing him or acknowledging that who he is and who I am to him. They're not going to see him without acknowledging who I am. When Joaquin has been at gas stations, at Sam's Club, or in the post office, wherever he is, and people acknowledge him.
Yeah, they don't call me Joaquin.
They don't call him Joaquin.
Hey, you that Loper lady husband. Yeah, that's my name. I'm the Loper lady husband. Yep. And it doesn't even bother me because guess what? I am the Loper lady's husband.
Yep, that's it.
But let me say this too. It takes special individuals to blend things together. Mm-hmm. Everyone's not ready for that next step. They're not. I never in a million years thought I would actually marry a woman with kids. Matter of fact, that was one of my criteria for a woman not to have for me to actually consider marrying. Yep. So when it comes to blending and winning, you also have to make sure you don't talk yourself out of a blessing. Because some of the things that you want, just because you want them in your flesh and in your mind, you got to make sure that what you want is not going against your purpose. I like that. You have to make sure what you want and what you desire in your head and your heart is not going against your purpose, because they're all different. Mm-hmm. Because understand something, we don't think on what our purpose is. We think on what we've seen, what we've experienced, and what our fears are. What society tells us. I want to be a woman that's light skinned and long hair. And you may have a woman that's dark skinned and with natural hair, short and whatever right in front of you, and that's your soulmate, and you don't even know it because of your wants. Mm-hmm. No. Now, put it like this. So people on here that ever heard me say this, my wife, this woman right here, this beautiful mom, wife, and associate, friend, business partner, all this. I had a list of about 15 things that I wanted God to bless me with a wife before I met her. My wife's coming into the marriage, we're meeting her, she had 5 of the top 10 things that I did not want in a wife. 5. See, that was causing me to run there. However, if I would have ran then, we wouldn't be sitting here now. Mm-hmm. And I don't care what you say. Blended and winning is nothing without Joaquin and Stacey.
Absolutely. It's nothing. I can't be and do what I do and be who I am without him. I can't. And that's just the reality of it. We do this and we do this together.
Yep.
We don't do anything separate. Hardly anything. Now you did go to the gym this morning without me, and that's. Mm-hmm.
I do take a shower because I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all women, man, y'all have a different kind of skin. Oh my God, that shot. How do y'all stand that water being so hot? We ain't blending in that. Look, you just take yours and I can take my shower later. I'm not, man. What is, man? Y'all tougher than me. But hey, back on subject. You have to be willing to blend, and to blend, you have to get stronger. That's one. My wife used the smoothie as a example. There are some substances that go in smoothies that are very subtle, but when you put them into something, they make it better.
That's good.
There are some things that, even though we didn't come from a silver spoon background, my wife's mindset on finances, not to say it was better than mine. I had a great concept of finances. I had a fear of going after it. I'll confess, I was a man. Because I came from poverty, I had a fear of never going back to where I came from. So when I got a hold of something, I latched onto it. But my wife, with her, how do I say you don't mind spending money? How do I say that?
I take risk.
That is exactly what she does.
I don't mind taking a risk, baby.
She doesn't mind. No reward.
No risk, no reward. Come on, baby. We go.
So when it comes to money, my wife don't make mind taking risks.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to blend our mindsets on that. See, blending just doesn't mean physically blending. It means spiritually, mentally, socially.
Mm-hmm.
See, both of my wife and I are both are extroverts. I know y'all can't tell that. We're both extroverts. So when we get out in the public, it's nothing wrong. Hey, we can blend in the best of groups. It doesn't matter what kind of group you put us in. Mm-hmm. We adapt to where we are.
Yeah.
You have to be able to blend into any surrounding and fit in and understand, and make sure you fit in with the concept of not being judgmental or coming off as I'm better than you. And no, man, we're every person on this live right now on YouTube, on TikTok, we're all broken in some shape, fashion, or form, and we all have a past that we've come from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I tell people, no matter what you see right here, I'm a small town country boy from Decatur, Mississippi.
And I'm a country girl from Meridian, Mississippi.
Ain't nothing country about my wife. She might be from there, but her spirit is from somewhere. Her spirit is from somewhere else. I'll tell y'all that right now. She may have been born in Meridian, but I think her spirit was trapped in New York. So this child right here, the closest my wife get to country is walking around barefooted with me outside. That's it. That's it. That's it. I'm telling you right now. That's it.
But anyway, in blending our family, we're gonna be real with y'all. We had difficulty blending our family.
Oh, we struggled.
We struggled blending our family the first
5-6 years.
I want to say the first 8 years.
Oh, you were there too. So
yeah, I would say the first 8 years of our 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. So
yes, I'll say 8.
Yeah.
Because we struggled on different levels.
Yes, we struggled on different levels at different times.
Yes.
Okay. So we struggled big time. Our initial struggle was balancing discipline, how we spoke to our kids, how we set those characteristics, those values, those morals, how we set the foundation for what it looks like us being their parents. That's where we struggled initially. And in that struggle, it was tough because here is a man with no kids. Okay.
None.
No kids.
None.
He was single, living his best life. Money in the bank. Could go and buy any car he wanted. Okay. All right.
Because I was cheap.
He was.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I apologize. Somebody said that. I was frugal.
He was frugal.
Get it right. I was frugal.
He was frugal.
Yes.
Okay. So that's where he was. But then he meets this young lady who has 2 kids, recently divorced, and he comes from a very stern family mixed with military.
Yeah.
Below a bomb waiting to explode. I mean, and that's what he was. He was grenades.
I was grenades.
He was grenades.
So what were you?
Okay. He was grenades. I was
a landmine.
No, I wasn't. How would you say I was a landmine?
Because you did. When I stepped on that, I didn't know what was coming. Matter of fact, on the surface, you don't even know nothing there. I see the obstacles above the surface. Oh, but I didn't know what lay beneath.
He was a grenade, and so he has to call me something, okay?
I do.
That's right, David. I was a sparkler. All you had to do was just wave me around. I was not a landmine.
A sparkler can wave. You ain't even got to hurt nobody. That little sparkler ain't doing nothing.
And that's me. Just, I didn't hurt anybody.
Did you? Not?
No, I didn't.
Who's on the last line?
So look, no, we ain't even talking about blending the family right now.
Okay, yeah, my bad.
So when we talk about blending the family, he was a grenade, okay? And what I mean by that was Joaquin didn't talk. He didn't waste no time. He pulled that little pin and boom, drop. That's how Joaquin was. Joaquin was like,
we ain't wasting time.
He's like, we ain't wasting time. We nipping it in the butt. I'm coming in hard. Hey, that song, I'm coming in hot.
And Dominio.
I'm coming in hot. He came in hot every single day.
Yeah.
Every single day. But when we sat down and we talked about why, okay, when we talked about why he came in hot all the time, he was trying to establish himself as the man of the house. And I shared with him, I said, you don't have to come in and establish yourself as that. My kids have this foundation of respect for adults, okay? And then they were girls, okay? Joaquin looked at my girls as this, okay?
As what?
They have very soft men in their lives. Y'all see his face? His face changed. I mean, because we sat down and we had a conversation as to why. Why do you come in like that? Why is it that you feel like you've got to make sure they know, oh, I'm a man and I'm this and I'm that. He was like, because they got some soft men in their lives.
And let me ask you, did we come to a conclusion that was slightly?
Yes, that was true. That was true. But my way of disciplining the girls was different from the way that my mom disciplined me.
Yes.
My mom and Joaquin had very similar discipline strategies. And my mom's discipline strategies hindered me as a child. It was my father and my bonus dad who really rose up in me, the young woman that I was, that I had a voice. Don't let anyone silence me, that I have a choice in the matter, and don't let anyone take that choice from me. Yeah. My mom, on the other hand, silenced me and didn't allow me to speak my truth in a respectful manner, because she felt like you do as I say, not as I do.
Come on, y'all old school. Y'all know that. Y'all know that saying.
Okay.
Do as I say, not as I do. And we know that is far from the truth.
And here's where it's messed up, because this is all I see. Mm-hmm. But this is all I see. How can I take you at your word when this is all you're showing me and it doesn't look good? Mm-hmm. You know, so Joaquin came in very hot, and I'm like, Can we hold down for a moment? Yeah. And I think one of the experiences that we had, I don't know, shit,
Well, let me say this. Okay. I can't understand this. I've never been a father before.
Right.
I've never been a father. I've never been a husband. So it wasn't like I was trying to force myself on them. That's just what I knew compared to what I had seen and compared to what I thought. And I didn't realize being overbearing is actually a negative on your marriage um methods, and especially with girls. Oh man, the way I talk to my girls in the beginning, my wife had to teach me that you're teaching them how to receive love from a man. Now that sounds simple, doesn't it? And it sounds intelligent, and it's true. It took me about 3 years to get that.
Hmm.
However, it was a image concept as well. I came from a broken family. I came from a father who didn't respect my mom, who did some things. And, we get into all that later. But I didn't realize that I don't have to do it. I don't have to do much to understand that I'm the husband and I'm the head.
Right. He did.
I
And
have to just walk in my. I have to walk in my place
yeah.
of fatherhood,
Hmm.
husband,
Hmm.
man.
Hmm.
God's law isn't going to change. God, man, woman, kids, and
Yeah.
that doesn't mean when I'm doing this that my wife is under me. That's just a stagger of how God created us.
Right. It's under that umbrella.
Yeah, my wife has just as much authority in this family as I do.
Yeah.
However, we honor and respect each other, knowing that I am the head. I am going to lead this family. But I
Mhm.
also have to be smart enough to understand that if I don't know something as well as my wife do, a leader has to be able to step back and say, "Okay, you take it on this one."
Mhm.
So, at no point, anybody on here that I know we got a lot of women, strong, independent women. At no point am I putting you down saying you're lower or beneath this person. But we also have a role to play.
Yep. And so here's the thing: the audio has to match the video. Okay. What we say have to match what we do because we're teaching our kids how to perform in life when they get out there.
And we're
Okay.
teaching one another as a
And we're
married couple.
teaching each other as well. Okay. So when I'm growing up and I'm seeing this and this is happening to me, Joaquin came in and did the exact same thing to the girls that my mom did to me. And I'm telling you, y'all, I would cry. I would go to him in tears. And I'm like, can you please just listen to me? Can we please work on this? Can you please just allow me to help you be the father that you need to be to our kids? Okay.
And once again, coming from a strong family, look, some women in my family, buddy, crying. And the women in my family telling the boys, "What you crying? Get toughen your behind up."
Yeah.
So when it came off her crying, it came off as a sense of weakness to me. Can we just be real with them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause we gonna be real with y'all. It came off as a sign of weakness to me, and I was like, "Babe," and this is what I used to tell people. Um, I used to tell her about our girls. I said, "Look," and she's like, "Well, they're not gonna talk to you. I don't need a friend." And I was missing the point. She wasn't that my girls trying to be friends with me, but I have to have that openness and that soft area for them to come talk to me. Why am I saying this? Because you have to allow your wife to teach you how to blend you into what you all need to be as a family.
Mhm.
My wife has allowed me to teach her how to blend the things I need to blend into the family so we're one accord, one
Yes.
union,
So we're one
blended
unit.
and winning.
Yes.
This ain't Stacy and the Loper family winning, Joaquin and the Loper family winning. This ain't Stacy and Joaquin and the kid. No, we're blended and winning.
Yes. We are, it's us, we, our. There is no just I and me. It's not that with us. And so we had to bring that unit together and understand. So, one incident that happened with us was my mom and my sister are very loud people. And so they yell everything. And so they used to fuss at my kids when my kids was with them all the time. But that's not how I was at
Let me
home
call her.
with the kids. Okay. Did she just text me?
Yeah, she just called you and called me.
Oh, okay.
Want to make sure.
When so one afternoon, well, one weekend, the girls went and stayed with my mom for the weekend, and we knew that, Kim and my mom were all, that's my sister. My sister Kim and my mom would always fuss at the kids, always. And they used that their voices were very elevated. I hardly ever elevate my voice when I talk to my kids, ever. But this one incident happened at home, and I raised my voice at them, and they just broke into tears like I had literally beat them. Okay. Like literally put my hands on them, spanked them with a belt or something. Okay. And I sat them down and I was like, I don't get it. I said, I don't get it. When I raise my voice at you, it's like the act of Congress, it's like I've done something so wrong. But when Auntie Kim and Granny does this, they don't get the same reaction. Megan shared with me, she was very young at the time. She says, but mommy, you never yell at us. She said, you never yell at us. I was like, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I grew up with my father and my bonus dad. Neither of them ever yelled at me. Ever. My mom did all the time. But my father and my bonus dad never raised their voices at me. When they spoke to me, they spoke to me in a tone in which I'm speaking to you. Never. So I didn't know, because I saw my mom do this to us all the time, that I knew I didn't want to do that to my kids all the time. And so my kids got used to me standing in front of them, getting on their level and speaking to them in that manner. Here's where we messed up. How do we get it right? And did this bring any value or benefit to your life? Those were questions that I would ask the girls at a very young age. But Joaquin was a no nonsense. Like, why are you talking to them? You're doing way too much talking. And I'm like, because for me, I wanted to be able to hear their voice. I wanted them to know that this is a revolving door that you can come in and you can speak to me about anything. Because I'd rather be the one, coming from a single mom standpoint, I want to be the one that you run to and not somebody on the outside that's going to guide you in the wrong direction. And I always had that mindset because I couldn't do that with my mom, but I could do that with my father and my stepdad. But I couldn't do it with my mom that I wanted to do with her so badly, but I couldn't. And I never wanted my girls to look at me like that either. So I told them, about the girls coming home after Granny and them yelling at them. And when I yelled at them, they broke down into tears like it was just the end of the world. Like I had just, literally put my hands on them.
Yeah.
And when I asked them why did they do that, because Auntie Kim and Granny raises their voice all the time. They told me that I don't ever do that to them.
Yeah, they did, and it really shocked us. It taught me something. Despite where you come from, your kids look at you totally different. Totally different, man. Our kids look at us. We set the standard for what our kids expect from not only people, not only family, but people coming into their lives. Do you want to tell them how I actually started changing?
You tell them.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
So, other than just trying to get my relationship with my wife and our marriage better, constantly trying to change. What was the question I asked the girls?
When the boys were.
Yes.
You said to them, we sat down at a family meeting one night because we started having family meetings.
Yes. And let me say this. When you say blending and winning, make sure your kids are at the age they can come into the meetings with you all and see how, and allow them to visually see how you handle situations, finances, issues, talking about work, talking about the day, all this stuff. And this is the thing, ask them, how was your day? What any issues we need to talk about. It gets your kids understanding that, look, I have not that I have a voice in the matter of the family, but I have a voice. My voice matters and my feelings matter. So in this meeting, my daughter, our oldest daughter, Megan, she was probably 10.
10 or 12.
10, 12, somewhere right there. And I asked them,
do you think that as a father, I treat the boys differently than I treat you guys?
Than I treat you guys. And my daughter, without hesitation, looked at me and she said, "No, Daddy, you treat us all the same." Now that made me feel so good. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I started crying. But then she said something. She said, "You treat us all the same." She said, "I can't stand when you yell at me, and I can't stand when you yell at my brothers."
She did.
She said, it makes us feel like we don't do nothing right. We don't do this. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, oh, you've been holding this back for a while. You went on like a 5-minute spiel. But it made me put myself in check. Because my daughter finally had the opportunity to speak her mind. And I finally was able to hear her. After that, me and my daughter relationship was to the next level. Started doing, we were already doing daddy-daughter dates. You know, my wife do the mother son dates, but it meant something different for my daughter to have the ability to come talk to me.
Yes.
And I allowed my wife to teach me how to discipline on another level. We don't have to whoop for everything. Right. We don't have to yell for everything.
Right.
When my wife stopped talking to my daughters, oh, that kills them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we know it's a party coming up Friday, and it's Tuesday, and you're doing something. Okay, now this gonna cost you. So then, can I go to the party Friday? No, you remember Monday and Tuesday when you did this, and I ain't say anything. This was your punishment.
Yep. And my kids know when I become extremely quiet, Mama, she's done. She is done. Yeah. And they don't like it because I'm always talking to them. They know that they can come and talk to me about anything. We can go anywhere and we can have that conversation. But when I stop talking, yeah, they know. They was like, yeah, Mommy's not in a good place. And right now you do not want to bring anything to her.
And everything we're talking about doesn't necessarily have to mean that somebody brought kids into the marriage. When you have kids of your own,
yes,
these same practical practices will include you as well.
Yes,
we have to be a united front because people are born as kids, but they have this natural ability to turn parents against each other.
Play good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
Our girls did it.
Ooh. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't mind being a bad cop. I used to all the time. I said, okay, I'm gonna play my role because I'm daddy. Daddy, I want to make you feel good. I want to make you happy. But daddy don't mind telling you, no, sit your little behind down. Oh, no, we ain't doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you how the little subtle things will turn you all against each other and make you be bad cop, good cop. It's your wording, how you talk to your kids, how you describe things to them, how you explain things to them. And my wife and our biggest issue in this matter was her verbiage and how she talked to the girls and to explain the things that come talk to me. And in our coaching, in our counseling, when we were getting counseled, it had to be pointed out to her on several occasions.
Yeah, several occasions.
At the end of the day, and let me say this. When you're coming from a certain type of family or you are coming from a marriage to where now you're not going to fall back into certain standards and stuff, this is how you have to be careful. This is how you have to be careful because one thing about it, I don't want to lose my kids. I don't want to let my kids think I've chosen somebody over them.
Okay. So here's what would happen with our kids. Okay. The girls would come.
Y'all listen to this now.
And I'm telling you, if you've experienced this, then just give me a high five or something. Okay.
Yeah. Let us know if y'all,
Yeah. Okay. Give me a high five on the screen. Give me some fire, something. Okay?
Good morning.
All right.
She said, I'm arguing, so I'll argue with myself.
The girls would come to me and they'd be like, Mom, can I do this? Can I go here? Can this person come over? Can this happen? And I'm like, oh, I don't care. Go ask your dad. Listen
to this now.
Listen, as soon as I would say, oh, I don't care.
It's okay with me.
Boom. Your kids already have set up in their mind. Mommy said yes. It's fine with mommy. Okay.
But now we got to go through this.
Now we got to go ask daddy.
It's executioner.
And daddy has the final say so. But here's the problem. mommy has already said, I don't care. Go ask dad. So I'm the good cop now because basically I said, yeah, I'm cool with that. You got to go ask your dad now. I am setting up us to fail by doing that. And I did it for years, y'all. For years.
But ask her why. Ask her why.
And our mentors would tell me so many times, Stacey, you have got to stop it. You have got to stop it. And I'm like, I know. But I realized that I was basically setting the stage for our girls to utilize that as leverage. I was giving them ammo to use because whenever he would say, no, you're not going. Well, the first thing they would say, well, mama said it was fine. I could go.
And what would I respond? I don't care what your mom said.
Doesn't matter what, I don't care what your mom said. Now, at this point, or what Joaquin would then say is, well, let me go talk to your mom. Because he learned to stop saying, I don't care what your mom has to say. I don't care what your mom has to say.
Because that's also putting in their mind that, oh, he just don't care what nobody else says. If it ain't his way,
then it's, yes, okay?
When in essence, it's me just being upset that we didn't talk about this first.
So what are we doing? We're no longer this united front. That's what we're doing is we're slowly creating a great divide. We're slowly creating that great divide because now it's, well, mommy said it's okay. Daddy said, I don't care what mom says. Let me have a conversation with your mom. Well, Stacey, why did you tell them that? You supposed to come and talk to me first. And I'm like,
and y'all know how I come in.
He come in hot. And he came in hot.
You done did it again.
So I had to learn to start saying this. And this worked for us. Let me and your dad have a conversation. Let us talk about that. And then as we grew in our parenting, as we grew as a couple, we already knew what to say yes and no to.
And let's bring balance to this. My wife and I have no problem now. We had to grow to, like she just said, grow to the point where you ask us questions. They're like, you know what, when is it, Friday, this time, or to this evening? Okay, well, let me call your mom. We'll talk about it and we'll decide from there. We would decide from there. And when we go to them and talk to them, look, we have decided, but we decided, because some things that happened earlier, it's just not a good idea right now.
Yes.
However, if you all get together, we'll get back and talk again, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
We, not I. However, if I am at work, or my wife is at work, and they come ask us a question, look, my wife has, once we're on one accord, now that's once. You're on one accord. Y'all go ahead and do it. I'll explain everything to your dad. And then it ain't no waiting till we get home. No, it's calling me, sending me a text message or whatever you need to do. Hey, I let the girls go to this. I let the girls go to this, just letting you know. Okay. But don't let me walk into something where it's a buzzsaw.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing. Wonder if I know the girls did something earlier in the week that I never told my wife. That I'll say, okay, we're going to have to, sit down and talk about this. And she doesn't know about it. And then they come ask her to do something, and then they go, and I'm like, well, I didn't want them to go because this week they did this, and they didn't do this, what we asked them to do, and they shouldn't have been doing there. And then she's like, why you didn't tell me that? Communication rules the nation.
It's everything, y'all.
You have to blend your communication.
Yeah.
And don't tell, and this is the thing, well, I just didn't think it was worth telling you. Everything is worth telling. Everything, to the very smallest, minuscule thing.
Don't make excuses. Do not make excuses about those type of things, y'all.
Yeah.
Everything is worth talking about.
Yep. Dr. Ari Vernon said, don't make excuses.
Make adjustments. Yeah. And so we learn, and we communicate, we over communicate in this house. Okay. We already know. So we have, our kids aren't perfect by any means. We have done a good job with our kids. We feel like that we stand strong on the verse. We'll train up a child in the way that they should go. And when they become old, they will not turn from it. Okay. They will remember these things that we put in. Megan has truly shown us that. Standing on that word, Megan has truly shown us that. But right now, our biggest struggle is with Landon. Our biggest struggle is with our 11-year-old son.
Identity.
It's he just him learning who he is as man, just as that young man, as that Black young man who has a lot going for himself, has an anointing on his life from a very, very young age. And when the enemy tries to come in and steal that anointing because they're not walking in it or we're not nurturing it, which we are doing our best to nurture Landon's anointing right now. We've got to, so that's our biggest struggle. So we communicate about Landon a lot because Landon can't have his iPad this weekend, or Landon can't do this, or Landon can't do that. And here's the thing, every Thursday, we know for the next 5 to 7 days what Landon can and cannot do.
Yeah.
So if Landon come and ask us anything, we already know what the answer going to be because we've talked and we've discussed what it looks like for Landon over the next few days.
Great kid. Now, great kid. I'm not saying this because he's mine. Great kid, but my son's biggest issue right now is being influenced and trying to fit in. Mm-hmm. So if some people he want to be cool with, well, you do this, Landon, he'll just go do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And neither one of us, I wasn't like that.
No, I wasn't either. And the girls were never like that either. And I'm gonna tell y'all, Landon thrives on who his parents are. And I was like, that's not going to take you into life and get you what you, last night me, Joaquin and Morgan were sitting at the island in the kitchen and we were talking, we were playing, we were all over the place last night. And we were just talking about the kids, all of our kids in general. Landon, and she's on TikTok and she scrolls up to type in that Loper lady. And she was like, that Loper lady's son. And she was like, let me click on this profile. Landon has made a profile that Loper lady's son. Morgan was floored.
She was like, "Oh my God!" Had 92 followers, didn't he?
Yes, he has 93 followers. Okay, he said, "I need to go change my name." Morgan said, "I need to go change my name on TikTok." I said, "What you gonna change your name to?" She said, "That Loper lady's daughter." We were dead. Like, oh my gosh, our kids are a mess.
Oh man, and I'm gonna read some of the questions real fast, but let me ask you something. What are some of the struggles that you all have experienced or you're currently experiencing with blending the family?
Mm-hmm. And also, with the children, blending that's one thing. But what about blending your finances?
Ooh.
Blending your assets?
Man,
because that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of what we're getting into as well with couples. Is that blending their assets, money is a huge issue with couples.
Because we can't tell you how to do your finances. We can't tell you.
We can't.
However, for us,
we know what has worked for us.
Yes, it's strange to us to meet couples that she has her money, I have my money. We come together when it's time for bills, and she give me half, and I give half, and I'm like, okay.
We don't know what that looks like. Ever since we've been married, it was never, here's my half of the mortgage, and here's his half of the mortgage, or here's my half on the light bill, or we've never experienced that since marriage. Since we got married.
I'm just listening.
Oh, I was wondering why you were looking at me like that.
No, I was listening.
But yeah, we've never experienced, because everything has always been together. Everything has always been together.
This is one thing I figured out and I understand that I know. If
push this closer.
I'm not finna trip on what my wife spends or whatever, as long as it's being spent for the family, for the betterment of the family. And what is mine is hers. From the point of me leaving stuff to her in the will, our insurance. And if I screw up, guess what? I'm giving half away anyway. So I might want to start practicing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a joke, y'all. That's a joke, people. But seriously, you can't be in a situation of, well, I make the money and I do this. Well, what do? They make money too. Just because it may not be as much as yours doesn't mean their money is even less than yours. Right. And they're going to be different seasons. But guess what? We both work our behind off. So we have money to go into different accounts. We have different accounts on saving accounts and XYZ. But we have money that goes into one account that all the bills come out of. We'll look at that account and say, your portion of the money paying this. No. If that ain't saying, well, my portion of the money paying for this. No, I'm getting it fixed.
Right.
And me as a man, if my wife car breaks down, I go up there and I pay for it. I'm paying for it with one card. I don't know who money paid for, but she know her husband took care of it.
Yep. So and it's never I did this, I did that, or I make this, I make that, or you don't even bring in enough money for this or bring in enough money for that. It has never been that with Joaquin and I. Our money is our money. It's our money. That I mean,
and that has to be established in the beginning. People understand this. My wife didn't know anything about my finances when she met me. So what?
Nothing. Go ahead. Just go ahead.
Well,
good. No. You see, I have shorts on.
Okay.
And Taj just let me know to pull my shirt down a little bit. Because you can see my legs.
Thank you, Taj. Yeah, she has some shorts on. Y'all thought y'all you ain't getting the show over here. You're not getting the show over here, TikTok. Thank you, Taj. But anyway, that's funny. This is the thing. When you come together, this is the problem with a lot of people, in my opinion. When we come together, we're trying to get together for the wrong reasons. Mm-hmm. I told my wife, you gonna love me for me.
Yeah.
Or you're going to like me for me. It took my wife. This is no lie, y'all. I am frugal. David, like my man David Williams said, he's smart with his money. It took my wife about, 6 months to get some money out of me? 3 months?
Don't put it like that.
I mean, it took
her 6 months to get some money out of me.
I'm going to explain something. Would you say?
Yeah, I would say that.
And I mean just giving her some cash. Now
he would go buy me lunch.
Yes, if we just happen to be together today, I make sure my wife had lunch. Listen to me now. It was never, what can I do for you? And it's the thing. This is where my wife came from, and that's what kind of made me stand out from the other people.
Yeah,
I'm not paying for your nails. I ain't paying for this. Look, you're a single mom. I'm gonna help you out in the places I think you need, or I want to help you at, just to make you better. My wife gave me a key to her apartment to go put together an entertainment center for her. And when I put it together for her, I noticed her apartment wasn't as clean as mine or as I would like. So the day I put it together for her, I actually vacuumed her floor for her. I vacuumed the floor for her. I actually went to the store, got some food, cooked food for her and her daughter and our daughters. And I cleaned up her bedroom. Mm-hmm. And I went home. See, that, you can't pay for that. Well, you can, but you have a maid or something, it's maid services. But that's how you don't know who I am.
That's true.
Because if my money dries up or I lose everything, then what do we have?
That's good.
What do we have? What are we blending together now? Mm-hmm. What am I loving now? What am I loving your money? Because if you're loving my money goes away. Then what?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he did it a lot. So when Joaquin would do that, I mean, when he started doing that, he did it on the regular.
Yeah.
So I was in grad school on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. Mm-hmm. On Tuesdays and Thursday nights, the kids were guaranteed to have dinner ready for them when I got off work before it was time for me to go to class to get them situated or bed. Or if my mom was coming into town, Joaquin would get to my apartment before my mom got into town that evening to take the girls. My apartment would be clean. I mean, squeaky clean. Lines in my carpet from the vacuum. Okay. That's how clean my apartment would be on Tuesdays and every Tuesday and Thursday. And most of the time, dinner would be cooked.
And this is the thing. I didn't do it trying to impress her. This is who I am.
This is who he is now.
But
that never changed.
Yeah, I appreciated her grit and her grind to do things she was doing for her daughter. We would meet at the gym some mornings at 5:30 in the morning. She'd been already dropped her daughters off, and I would meet her at the gym just to work out with her. And then she would go to the gym again in the evenings. Mm-hmm. And then and in college, my wife had an issue with migraines. Migraine headache was real bad. So one day she had one so bad she threw up at work, and the distance from her job to her apartment was too far for her to make it. My apartment was close to the campus. So that's how she sucked me into getting the key for my apartment, y'all. That's really how she sucked me in.
Really?
So I told her.
Wow.
She used the migraines on me, y'all. But no, I said, look here. I said, from now on, I said, here's the key to my apartment. If you just need to go there and lay down, just, I'll tell Mario, my cousin, he'd be coming through. And that's what she would do. Well, understand this. My wife and I weren't together. So I was still, doing my thing, whatever. But grew to love about me. Then about 6 months later, my wife asked me, she was like, I need some gas, Mom. I need some gas. I don't have any gas right now. And I gave her, this is no lie, y'all. I gave her $10. And girl, that's all the cash I had on me. I said, just put this on me. I said, I'll fill your tank up later. My wife started jumping me down like she had won the lottery. My cousin was like, man, what did you? I said, no. It's the fact that this is not our relationship.
Yeah.
This is not our friendship. This ain't built on, me giving her money and stuff.
Right.
This is built on because this is the thing. If my wife and I would have decided at that point to stop dealing with each other, we'd established a friendship and an association that we respected each other.
Yeah.
And I can see you out in public. I can say, hey, you want to go grab something to eat? And we were cool because nobody crossed any lines and nobody had, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
And I told every female, you go like me for me, not for what I can do for you. And then later on, she found out kind of what I did. And she was like, oh, this little Negro got some.
I didn't care about that, though. I didn't care that he had money like that.
TikTok, look right here.
Whatever. I did.
TikTok, look right here.
I did. I did not care. Anyway,
now who was she trying to convince? Y'all or herself?
It was. Do y'all know when he met my bonus dad? So I don't know if you guys have ever heard this story. And I'm sorry, we're probably a little bit off, but we're still talking about blending the family because he had to meet my bonus dad. Okay. Yes. Okay. So he meets it was Sunday dinner at my mom's house this particular weekend, and my bonus dad was home. It was Joaquin, first time meeting him and everything. So Joaquin comes over to the house and he meets now let me tell y'all, my stepdaddy OG. This dude is an OG.
This dude's so funny, man.
Like, he is hilarious. He says what comes to, as y'all can know, that I kind of get my. But so they're sitting down at my mom's bar, and they're eating and they're chatting it up. My stepdad gets so son, what do you do? And he's like, I'm in the military. I'm finishing school. I'm about to graduate with my bachelor's degree in communication. My bonus dad has a degree in communication. Okay. I was like, oh, really? Yeah. He said, I do own, a few properties in Memphis. My dad said, you own real estate? How old are you, son? He's like, I'm 24. My stepdad looked at him and was like, you 24 and you already own real estate? And he says, yes, sir. He says, I've been doing it. He says, I bought my first house when I was 21. My daddy looked at him like.
He looks at me and then he looks at Stacey.
He was like 24, owning property since he was 21. He was like, he looked at me. He looked at Joaquin.
Y'all listen to this.
He looked at me again. He looked at Joaquin. He said, I ain't saying she no gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. I was like, are you serious? Like, Joaquin.
Oh my God, man.
Yes.
When I tell y'all, I laughed so hard.
I was like, wow.
That man said, I ain't saying she no
gold
gold
digger.
digger.
I mean,
but she ain't messing with no.
looking right at Joaquin. He was like, I ain't saying she no gold digger, but y'all, I was like, this dude did not just do that. But that's my daddy, y'all.
Oh man.
My daddy was just like that. But our relationship starting out was nothing ordinary. Ain't gonna lie to you. It was nothing ordinary about our relationship. Okay? It wasn't ordinary because everybody that met Joaquin had something interesting to say when they found out Joaquin was with me. I was like, okay. So everybody in my family did. It was, I was like, I don't know what. Like, I had to go look at myself in the mirror. Like, y'all really, at least I know what y'all think of me now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, my dad, that's what my dad told Joaquin when he met him for the very first time. That's what my dad said to me.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
And, meeting people's families, you have to be willing and ready to, I'm not going to say go against what they're about. You have to be willing to blend together and change.
Learn and change.
Change the trajectory of where your family or their family has been headed in or struggling with, for your family to make sure we take it to the next level.
Yeah.
That's when the blending really gets interesting.
Breaking generational curses. Doing something different than what you've seen, than what you've heard. Not allowing what you've seen with them spill over into your marriage, into your relationships, into you just as an individual man or woman.
And,
okay?
And let me say this. I'm gonna help all y'all right here. Look at this. Listen to me. Just because my family has always done this, doing this time, and just because your family has done this, doing this time, doesn't mean my marriage and my family has to do that now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my family has always gotten together and did this for Christmas. So we going up. Well, how fair is that to my family? Because my family, we never do that. We just kind of just chill out. Mm-hmm. So I tell you what, when we start doing something for our family,
yeah, we start establishing new traditions for our family.
And you can't play the guilt trip. You can't allow the guilt trip to be played on you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, since you married, I guess you can't come see family now, huh? No. We still family.
But
we just doing this.
We doing this year.
Happy birthday, Jaleel. Jaleel. Happy birthday, Jaleel.
Hey, happy birthday, Jaleel. So it's about establishing what you're going to do for your family. See, the Bible is clear when we get married that says, leave thy mother and thy father and cleave to thy spouse. Okay? You leave that. It's great to take some of the things that your family did.
Yes.
Take some of the things that their family did. But you got to come together as one and say, this is what works for us. That right there doesn't work for us, but this does. And we come and we find that happy medium now. We share every month. My mom comes to spend some time with us and the kids. And every other month. So one month my mama will come, the next month his mom will come. Like this month, my okay. I'm sorry, our daughter was texting us. Every other month my mom will come, the next month Joaquin's mom will come. For the month of May, my mom is coming. The month of June, Joaquin's mom will be here. We make sure that we give each other enough time with our family, with our parents, with our cousins, our aunts, uncles, and things of that nature. But if anything, if we disagree about it, we don't do it.
Period. We
don't do it. If we don't agree, if we don't come to a mutual agreement, we don't do it. And we're cool with that. We are cool with it.
And here's the thing. My mom and her mom, cool.
Yes.
They're both name is Shirley.
Yes. Come through, Shirley.
This girl
come through. Come through, Shirley.
Y'all pray for me. Y'all pray for me.
If y'all didn't see my come through video, y'all need to go watch my come through Shirley a video, okay?
This girl right here.
I'll be right back.
This girl's so silly. But when you blend, you have to be willing to also not put things in your life or in your past. You don't have to blend them into your family. They just have to be a part of your past. They have to be a part of something that you want to stand on and say, hey, we're not allowing this into our family. There are some things we just don't allow in our house. Certain language we in our house. I think we've never had alcohol in our house, other than some wine for certain occasions. Smoking, don't allow it in our house. And it's the thing. It's not that you can't come to our house, but you can't indulge in those things in our house. When we're blending in, and we're set on something solid. Period.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're blending, you have to be willing to die to yourself and to allow different ingredients in as well.
Yeah.
What I come with, everything I come with may not be a good blend for us coming together.
Mm-hmm. And
everything
here.
She comes with is not going to be a good blend for us coming together. We talked about that the other night.
Mm-hmm.
And let me say this. When you're finna get married and you're finna blend together something, make sure you don't have anything that's unfinished. Look here, if I know I'm still struggling with certain things, let's not blend this until I'm completely sure about this. Because when you blend this together in marriage, up under God's covenant, up under union, all the things that you're struggling with, all it does is hiding them. Because now they're exposed and we have to deal with them together.
Mm-hmm.
The struggles my wife came into this marriage, the struggles I come into with this marriage and blend together, we have to deal with these things together now. When I got married to my wife, there was no you deal with that and I'm gonna just sit up and wait for you to deal with it. No, I'm a husband now, so I'm covering her. She's not looking at me and saying, "Well, you deal with that," no. What did I struggle with? I struggled with insecurity. I struggled with lust. I struggled with when we started dealing with some issues in our marriage, I struggled with an addiction to porn at one time. I know y'all ain't ready for us to really be real. Yeah, we being real. What else I deal with? Insecurity.
Mm-hmm.
Pornography.
Insecurity.
Trust.
Trust. Yeah.
Trust.
Mm-hmm.
See, it wasn't that I distrust my wife so much. I distrust my wife so much after we went through our infidelity issue. No. I had trust issues already. First of all, I don't trust a lot of people. I don't even trust me. I need to make sure I have people in my life to keep me correct because I'm still a trip myself.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't keep my wife in tangle with everything that I do, I want to make sure I make the wrong decision. Mm-hmm. Man, please. You got to be real about this, man.
Yeah. And he doesn't struggle with that anymore. If
that
rises up in him, he'll come to me. He was like, "Baby, I need you praying for me."
Yeah,
I need you praying for me.
I had a dream last night, girl. But that's not last night. I'm just talking about it in general. But
right.
And I haven't struggled with pornography in over 6-7 years now.
Oh yeah, it's been a while since you struggled with that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing, man. If you don't trust yourself, how in the world can you trust somebody else?
Period.
It starts with you. It all starts with you. Joaquin and I are writing a book talking about that. Because the first relationships we build are with our parents, but when we step outside of that and start building the relationships with ourselves, we miss a lot because we want to be with somebody.
Yep. And everybody you're with, there is a soul tie or some kind of physical or emotional flaw or strength that they're going to add or take away from your life.
Yep.
Period. And guess who? And guess now that we're married, and this is her last marriage and my last marriage, because I'm the last husband.
Mm-hmm. He's the last husband.
I'm the last.
He signs all of my cards.
Yeah, all of my cards
from your last
from your last husband. I've had to be the punching bag for everything my wife has been through prior to me. Mm-hmm. You have to be able, when you become a blended union, you have to be ready to be the punching bag and the pillow.
Yeah.
And you have to understand and know how to play your role in those moments.
Yeah.
And being the punching bag doesn't seem fair sometimes. But I'd rather be the punching bag. And as I'm being the punching bag, I'd rather hear her heart, hear her struggles, opposed to she go tell someone else and I'll be in the dark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And because this book that we're writing together currently um, is very dear to the both of us, because I see myself in this particular book that we're writing. I saw myself in total surrender. And I had to totally surrender in order to get to this point where we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
But this book talks so much about um, what I didn't do before getting to this right here, before getting to this unit, this united front that I have now. And I didn't focus on a lot of things, and I don't want other people, male or female, to struggle the way I did, because I didn't focus on these particular things when I thought about building relationships. Not just building a relationship with other people, but building a relationship with myself first. Okay.
And I don't care how strong you think you are physically, there's a spiritual battle that you're not strong enough for.
Mm-hmm.
There are gonna be some things you struggle with in marriage, man, that are just out of the blue. You're gonna struggle with things that your family struggle with that you don't even know about. You're gonna have to fight battles in this blended world, in this blended family that you are gonna go into, whether you're married already or not, that really aren't even your battles,
Mm-hmm.
but they're yours to fight. See, because we're blended and winning for real though, um, we have ended generational curses in our family that will never, that will not hinder our kids going forward. Period. My ki- our kids, this is what they know.
This is all our kids know.
This it.
Even Megan and Morgan.
Yeah.
Morgan be on some of our lives, and she be like, if you ain't like my daddy, don't even. Period. She was like, if you ain't doing this, don't even look my way. Period. This is what they know. And Joaquin has set a great example for what they should look for in a man. That's one of the things, when I tell you, when we truly became blended and winning, I think for me, that was the dang, how can I put it?
What you trying to say?
Your relationship with them. When I saw you, Megan and Morgan's relationship evolve,
Mhm.
I think that over the past 13 years, that has been the highlight
Oh yeah.
of my life with you.
Oh wow.
I truly feel like when I saw the way that you really um
Bonded.
that you really saw your girls for who they were,
Mm.
for what they were, and you embraced that with them. That is something that truly made me love you that much more.
That's all I have to do.
That's all you had to do.
You should have told me that years ago.
That's all you had to do. I mean,
Thank you,
I
girl.
think it was that truly took my love for you to another level.
Thank you. Yeah. Ooh,
For sure.
thank you.
Mhm.
Thank y'all. Y'all experienced that with me. That's my first time my wife ever telling me that. So thank you for that. And
Mhm.
you know, and what she said it took our love to another level. As you're blending your family and blending your love, there are levels to this love thing, people. There are levels to this. The deeper you blend your family, the higher your love should go. And look, we can't see a lot of the comments right now, so we're not reading a lot of them. But man, we're just um man, thank you, girl.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. I'm gonna reward her for that. To my Mother's Day too. Happy Mother's Day to all women on here. Happy Mother's Day, man. We love you as men. We love you. We love you. We love you for what you all do. Um, I'm sorry that right there. That's thank you.
Yeah, I know I've never shared that with you, but that just seeing how that has tremendously changed. that definitely took it to another level. It showed your effort, your willingness to transform, your openness to, as a father, receive them for who they were. You know, when I look at my sister, when I look at your sister, and I think about how their relationships with their fathers made a huge difference in who they became,
Yeah.
what they do now to this day.
Yeah.
You know, I look at that and you know, that was just something that I never wanted our kids to experience, especially our girls. They needed you to be that pillar that they looked at and used as an example. And say, I want to take this and I want to take that, and I want a man to do this for me. I want a man to love me this way. It's take all of that and to truly, you know, for you to, I mean, and I think Megan says it best is that, man, daddy has really changed. Like daddy,
Yeah.
daddy is not what he used to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Megan would be the one to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, okay. Yeah. And if your marriage is not where you want it to be, cool. Work toward it. Rome wasn't built overnight, and neither were your marriage.
Mm-hmm.
I am happy and confident in saying where my marriage is now, man, I can only imagine where it's going to be in 2 to 5 years.
Yeah.
What you all see now, and it's just the tip of the iceberg for where we're going. And I want to, my wife and I go. I want to travel the country and just impact people's marriages and their lives, letting them know that they can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on one second,
Did
y'all.
they let Teddy in? Okay. That needs to go out to the.
Our daughter just
Okay.
busted into our room, into our office,
okay.
into our live. You know, Morgan, say hey to the people. You finna go to work?
On a picnic.
A picnic? Who you on a picnic with?
Jayla.
Oh, okay. Hey y'all, this Morgan, y'all.
What is this?
This YouTube live.
That's YouTube.
I'm all in like.
I know. Let me fix my hair. Let me.
That's YouTube.
Oh my God.
And that's TikTok. Tell Jayla we said hey.
Yes, I will.
She going to hang out with some of her friends, y'all. She
Why?
said,
But why you gotta dress like that though? Why you going on a picnic?
We both got our little dresses on, going on a picnic, gonna sit on a little blanket, eat some purple onion.
See, you bougie.
Purple
just like
Onion?
From Purple Onion.
Yeah,
oh, y'all going to order y'all food from Purple Onion. It's a restaurant, y'all. Okay.
Bougie, just like your mama. How you on a picnic in a white dress?
Yeah, we're going to picnic.
She told me last night, she was like, look, I ain't got many friends. She said, these girls just want to run up behind these boys. She said, me and my girlfriend Jayla, we just trying to do some things together. We trying to experience life. They were going horseback riding today. They were gonna go and do something. They were too booked today, so it was like, yeah, let's go on a picnic. Let's go
next weekend.
Let's go.
Horseback riding?
Yeah.
Okay, I had to call. I called him.
Yeah.
I really want to go horseback riding. That's gonna be something different and never done. You know, people don't do that.
Do you have a blanket?
Yes, no, she got it. She got it.
All right. When D. Clark said, "Hey, niece,"
hey.
My man David Williams said, "Hey, Morgan."
Hey.
Everybody else said, "Hey, Morgan."
They was like, "You look so pretty."
Thank you.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Y'all ain't meet nobody else, are you?
It's just me and her.
All right, just chill.
We're gonna go there, and either we're gonna after that we're gonna go to the mall.
All right. You good?
Yes, sir. I'm peachy.
She's peachy.
All right, that's what we deal with, people. Sorry, there we are. Yeah, don't be afraid to grow and step outside of your comfort zone. In order to blend, you have to be willing to grow. And don't say you can't do it, because if your job came to you right now and said they wanted to give you a raise, but the raise comes with you having to take certain classes, learn certain things. Guess what? You're going to be in that class, aren't you? Yes, you are. Because you're trying to get that raise. In my marriage, in this marriage, every time we have to blend a little deeper, I'm trying to get that raise, y'all. And I'm willing to do whatever I need to do to make sure I stay where I need to be, to make sure we're growing. Remember this. In marriage, or religion, there's no sense of neutrality. Either you're going forward or you're going backwards. Mm-hmm. Because the minute you get complacent and say, I'm going to just stick right here and I'm not going to grow or go backwards, you're automatically going backwards. Yeah. Because if my wife is growing and I'm cool where I am, we're not even. If she goes a little higher, she needs to be pulling me higher. But I have to be willing to go higher. And I have to be willing to allow this woman to teach me how to get higher. Not higher, but just higher. Mm-hmm. And every level we go to, there's going to be a different challenge.
Right.
There are people on here, there are people looking at us right now that don't believe that they can have or obtain the happiness that we have. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
We weren't always this happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have a question. I have a question from TikTok. I have a young lady saying, how can you know when a man is real and has good intentions without living with them? His consistency.
Yeah.
His consistency. Is he a man of his word? Yeah. If he's a man of his word and he doesn't live with you, but he comes through on everything, and is he a man of God? Is he praying with you? You don't have to live with them to know that he's a praying man, that he goes to church. Let me tell y'all something that Joaquin used to do. I don't know. Some of you might have heard this story before. So when I started going to church, okay? Because I dibble dabbled in church growing up, but when I started going to church, Joaquin is the one that got me into going on a regular basis. And going on a regular basis, when we first started going to church together, we were going to his church that he grew up in. And like the second time that I went to church with him, I had to tell him, I was like, I said, it doesn't feel right. I said, I don't think I can get fed. Now, even being that I didn't grow up in the church, I knew that that's not where I was going to be planted and I was going to grow in Christ was at his church. And he agreed. And listen, okay, he agreed to let's find a church together. And we were just dating at the time. We were just dating. Let's find a church that we go to together. But he was still able to go to his own church if he wanted to. So we were living about 73 miles away from the hometown where his church was, which was where I grew up and lived. And he said, let's find a church right here where you and the girls. And he knew that I wanted a ministry that had a kids ministry that was thriving. We found that church. We started going to church together. Joaquin went to drill the first weekend out of every month. So he was out of state while I'm there with the girls. He would call me every Sunday morning.
Early
Sunday morning. Y'all going to church? No, we ain't going to church. And he was like, why you not going to church? And I would never say because he wasn't here.
Get up and go.
Okay. He would tell me, get up and take the girls to church. Get up and go to church, Stacey. But I would go every Sunday when he was there. Every Sunday. Because I knew we were going together. He was going with me. Joaquin was like, nope, I may not be there, but you need to get up and go to church. And for me, that was everything. And he never changed. Over the years that we just dated, it never changed. If he was at drill, I was getting up and going to church. I was going to church with or without him.
And let me say this. My wife said, make sure he's a man of God. Let's bring balance to that.
Yeah.
Even if he's not a man of God, if he's a good person that brings value into your life, if he makes you better and not taking from you, you have to give him a little credit. I ain't say give him a chance, just give him a little credit. Because at the end of the day, my wife wasn't a Christian or a follower when I met her. So I just can't say that if they're not a Christian, that doesn't mean that they're not a person for you.
Right.
You have to make sure that the person that you get with makes you better, makes you want to do better. Not because some people say, well, when you put sex into it, first of all, when you put sex into it, your vision of that is already foggy. Period.
Yeah.
Everybody, let's be real now. Everybody knows men, we don't need much to have sex with a woman. All we need is a pulse and the opportunity.
A pulse.
A pulse. If we like you and you look, we need a pulse, and it's gonna be good to us if we like. However, women, they're more emotional. They're emotional, and that's what it is. I'm sorry if I'm a little too. Us men, we just look. Now me, I'm real picky. But anyway, you have to make sure that person makes you feel better. When my wife used to see me, her smile comes to her face. But if you see that person and a smile don't come to your face and you have a little pause or hesitation, look, what are we tripping about?
Mm-hmm.
Married people need to date and deal with people from a reality standpoint, not potential.
Mm-hmm.
Because if their potential hasn't gotten there yet, you're taking a risk and saying, I see what they're for, and you got to ride that roller coaster with them. You have to blend to a point that really is going to blend you to another level, not stick in the same place. I mean, this just being real now. Mm-hmm. My wife hates doing dishes. I love doing dishes. My wife hates cleaning up. I'm borderline OCD, or I just like to have stuff clean. Period. If it was with my wife would clean up twice a week. Am I lying?
You ain't lying. Maybe once.
See, and Saturdays is her cleanup day.
Saturday is my cleanup
Maybe
day.
Wednesday or something like that if something's out of the way. Me, I have to clean up every day. Mm-hmm. So the things that I bring to our relationship makes us better. Does this man make you smile? Can he love you the way you want to be loved?
Yep.
Not the way he wants to love you.
Yeah.
Can he love you the way you want to and need to be loved?
Need to be loved. Mm-hmm. But do you know what that looks like?
That was my next question.
But do you know what that looks like? That's why I cannot wait for this next book to come out, because I'm telling you, some of y'all that's single, or that's even in your marriages right now. When I tell you, just reading this book that's coming out by me and Joaquin, it's going to make you be like, oh my God. Oh, because for me, it was like, Joaquin, I never did this. I never looked at myself in this manner to know that I needed this from you, that I wanted this from you, I didn't see things as they were. I saw things as I was. Mm-hmm. And I was so broken that everything I looked at, that scenario for me was a broken lens. I was looking at it and it was so distorted. Yeah. My vices was I was so afraid of commitment.
Wasn't gonna be told what to do.
All the women independent. I was so independent. I was so afraid of commitment. I struggled with lust. I struggled with being promiscuous. Baby. And this is the thing. I realized in all of that, I had a low self-esteem. But I hid it. I covered it up. Because y'all, I did not take the time to. What were you thinking, Joaquin? What were you thinking?
You covered it up by getting uncovered.
I covered it up by getting under the covers.
Yeah.
Like, what do you call a policeman in bed? An undercover cop. I was under the cover. You know, Joaquin said on our last live, he said, one of the things that him and his boys used to always talk about was, Mike, look, Craig, how you get over one woman? Get up under another one. Okay? and for me, I'm telling you, I was covering up all of my mess. And then I started stumbling over all of that mess that I was sweeping up under the rug and wasn't handling for myself.
And there was no resolve. There was no resolve
there.
This is the thing. When you're trapped in some kind of hold, in some kind of stronghold, it's not that you don't want to get out of it. It's not that my wife and I didn't want to not be the way we were. We didn't know how.
Yep.
We didn't know how, and we didn't know. Not only did we not know how, we didn't know how to receive the information to get out.
Mm-hmm.
because it was our comfort zone.
Yep. And you're right. It doesn't work. That does not work. Getting over one means getting up under the other. No, it doesn't work because it takes away from you focusing on you.
Yep.
It takes away from it being all about you. Yeah. When I was coming out of my mess, I had to realize that I had to focus on me for a moment. It had to be all about me. Not meaning that I put my kids or my marriage on the back burner, but if I didn't change me, nothing else around me was going to change. If I didn't know that I could trust me, if I didn't know that I could love me, I could forgive me, I can console myself, that I could truly love me for who I am and not for something that everybody else was trying to make me believe I was, I can't do that in a relationship. I can't do that in a marriage. Because I'm going in with faulty thinking of how I should be loved, what I should look like, how I should be. And man, hey, this is my third go round. Baby, this is my third time in a marriage.
Third time.
I don't need anybody else to walk through that. Get it right that first time.
Yep.
And it was all about me loving myself. And some people's like, well, it's all about me. I'm selfish. I'm always called selfish. No, at some point in your life, it has to be all about you.
Yep.
Because if it's not all about you, you lose you.
Yep.
And then 10, 15 years down the line, you sit up here and ask yourself, who am I?
Yep.
I don't even remember what I like to do.
Yep.
Because I didn't put myself on the back burner.
Yeah. So blending and winning is about balance as well.
Man, it's about balancing. It's about knowing who you are as an individual and learning that it's going to take me to know me in order to come into this and blend and win.
But before you get married, one thing I always tell people, never put your all into someone who you don't know will put that all into you.
Mm-hmm. And then the thing about it is, I was selfish at one point, which made it so easy when I got myself together. It was so easy for me to become selfless.
Yep.
Because I knew that I gave him the opportunity to learn who I was, because at some point in my life I was selfish, and now he knows how to love me, and I can trust that he's going to do that. So now it's not about me. Exactly. It's not about me. It's all about him. Because if I am selfless and I don't think about myself and I think about him, and then vice versa, he no longer thinks about himself. He thinks about me. We become selfless. We never lack for anything.
Yep. Yep. My wife still needs her me time. So guess what? She gets to go to Starbucks, work on her book. Matter of fact, she going today. Get them nails stuff done. Mm-hmm. And guess what? I'm footing the bill. You need that time. You need that me time. Before you get married to someone, when was the last time you just really said, you know what? I'm gonna do something for me. Now, I ain't talking about nails and stuff like that. No. When's the last time I just took myself out to dinner and treated myself the way I want to be treated? When's the last time I just took myself on a trip and said, hey, I'm gonna just go have some fun? Because when we get into a relationship, we start trying to do everything that we need or we think we need to do for that person to show them, hey, I can do this for you. I can do this for you. But what are you doing for me? What are you doing for yourself?
Yeah. I'm
gonna tell you right now, when we were dating or just cordial with each other, every time she called me, I ain't answer the phone.
Yeah.
No, I'm not at your beck and call. Not to say you didn't want anything. What are you doing tonight? I'm just chilling by myself. Well, you want some company? Not really. Oh, you must be seeing somebody else. No, I'm not. I'm chilling. I want to watch some WWE tonight, and you don't like wrestling. I'm chilling. Mm-hmm. I want to watch Stone Cold or The Rock. Rock bottom somebody.
Somebody said, you said, what about doing tonight? He said, not a damn thing. Now that's being real. What you doing tonight? Not a damn. Oh, you on to Polly P. Polly P on TikTok. So you call me and ask me what I'm doing. I'm telling you.
That's it. And that's how you have to be. When you are single, be single. That's why that's what I'm telling you. My wife told you last time, I don't like handles. You my boyfriend. I'm not. Because when you say I'm something to you, then you expect a certain standard from me.
Yeah, you expect more. Mm-hmm.
No, until we come together and agree that So you have to understand, man, you are an individual until you become married. And guess what? Even after you get married, you still have to have some kind of sense of you being an individual. We tell a lot of women this more than anybody. Over the past 8 years we've been doing this, we tell women, don't ever let somebody take your desires and your dreams from you. Now, there's a certain point in time, if you want to push that person to another level, it's like, okay, look, we have a year to do this, and then I'm going to get back on my dream. But if I'm always searching for my dream, I'm now asking you, hey, so what is it you want to do again? How am I building you?
Yeah.
How am I there for you? No, we're here to grow together.
Yeah.
When my wife put her with her book out, guess who was her biggest supporter? Guess who was laying up 2:00 in the morning to 200 a.m. reading over her? I'm not sure about that. I said, because if I'm a reader, I see this way.
Yeah.
Okay. We are blended and winning.
Yep.
We're not Stacy and Joaquin, and Stacy wins, I don't.
Yep.
My wife is a pescatarian now. I didn't trip when she said she wasn't eating chicken and beef and stuff anymore. I didn't trip.
Why?
I told her, I said, baby, that is great, and I'll be here to support you. But I don't have that. I don't have that epiphany.
He said, I ain't giving up that bird.
No. Chicken? No. No, I ain't giving chicken. Go tell me, I watched this movie, and it just made me, I don't want to do it ever again. Watch this movie, Joaquin. Why would I do that? You watched the movie that made you give up chicken. I don't want to do with that movie. Matter of fact, don't even bring that movie into my house. Put a block on Netflix. If it's on Netflix, put a block on Netflix. I don't even want to see that movie. I don't even want to take a chance. But guess what? We're blended and winning.
Yep. And so are you.
So are you. So when I cook for people in our house, I cook differently for her. Man, what does your blended look like, and how are you getting to the winning factor?
Yeah. So don't
let anyone tell you what you can't do. Man, if you and your wife want to take it to another level and doing some things, y'all work it out and go for it.
Yeah.
And if the company you keep is not pushing to another level, it's time to find some new company. Everybody has a season.
Yeah.
I love you, but where I'm going, we just can't go together.
Right.
See, nothing can come between this. We're the originals, blended and winning. But this is the thing. Just because we made some of our issues a little tougher than what they should have been, doesn't mean you have to.
That's right.
Struggles are gonna come, but you can do it together.
You can do it together.
You have to be willing to allow this person to build you, and allow this person to build you, and then we come together and see what that building looks like together.
Yes.
And go with it. So look, man, we're not gonna take up too much more of your time.
Thank you all for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you all for joining us, man.
It means a lot to know that you guys stay on here, you listen. I was telling Morgan last night, I said, Morgan, I didn't know that people watch YouTube like they watch movies. Like if the content is good, they stay. And they really listen. You know, I was like, wow. Like we truly, truly appreciate you all. We couldn't be what we are today if it was not for you. And we truly, truly appreciate that. We are trying to get to our 10K subscribers on YouTube. So if you do not know our YouTube, please, it is Joaquin and Stacy Loper. You can go there and subscribe to our YouTube, Joaquin and Stacy Loper. Joaquin and Stacy Loper. If you have not already subscribed to our YouTube, please do. Please go and subscribe to our YouTube, Joaquin and Stacy Loper. We are slowly getting to that 10K subscribers on our YouTube. So thank you all so much for just being a part of our lives. Thank you for coming in to our home as we invite you in. It is truly a blessing to have you guys be a part of who we are, and that you hear us, and that you are a part of the calling that God has on our lives.
And understand this, man. Hey, we're blended and winning, and so are you.
Yes, we love you with the love of Christ.
Our next topic to speak on is going to be communication.
Yep.
We're talking about communication, y'all. Communication.
What that looks like. So on the next live that we do talking about communication, we are actually going to do skits that show you how to, that not show you, that give you examples and suggestions on how to communicate with your spouse or your significant other when it comes to very critical conversations that you need to have, whether it be finances, whether it's children, whether it's traveling, whether it's compromising, whatever it is, we will
Sex.
we will definitely talk a lot about what it looks like, and we'll give you some of those examples of that. So we are going to post on YouTube and TikTok our next live. I will be doing our schedule tonight instead of tomorrow, and Joaquin will be able to decide what days we will be doing, because we'll be doing 3 lives a week.
Is that cool with you all? 3 lives a week is cool with you all?
So
is that cool?
Yes. So we'll be doing 3 lives a week. Usually we'll know every Sunday what days we will be doing the lives.
Somebody says that poor. We go discussion about communication, even if it's poor grammar.
So everybody's like, yes, three a week is good. But because Joaquin will be establishing that based on our schedules where we see our clients.
Yes.
And usually they're in the evenings. Some of them will be during the day as well, but we'll come to you with that schedule, and we'll post everything on YouTube and TikTok tomorrow with a schedule of our lives for the next upcoming week. The YouTube is Joaquin and Stacy Loper. Joaquin and Stacy Loper, and we are racing to that 10K subscriber mark. So share our YouTubes with your friends, with your family. Share it on Facebook if you would like to, on your Instagram.
Make them go subscribe.
If this is helping you in any shape, fashion, or form, please do that.
And hey, we love you. We love you with the love of Christ.
Yes.
I was about to say something, but I forgot what it was.
Yes, Loper, L-O-P as in Paul, E-R. Yes. D. Clark is putting it in the chat on TikTok right now. Go ahead.
I forgot what I was going to say.
You were talking about Facebook, Instagram, where we are on Facebook, Instagram, and all of that. That's what you were about to say.
Oh, yeah. So on Instagram, we are blended_and_winning.
Mm-hmm.
On TikTok, with that Loper lady. And on Facebook, we're Blended and Winning. And you can also find us on our website, www.blendedandwinning.com. You can also subscribe to us there and get a lot of our info and information off of there. We do have a couple books coming out. Man, we have a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline that we're being released this year.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And if you would like to also book us for shows, if you would like to book us to come to your church, your town, your whatever, to do a
meet and greet, we will have. I have a young lady who's working on now our Get Out tour for Love, Laughter, and Hope. She's working on all of that right now because we will start that tour in August.
Yes.
And we'll have everything else up. So if you want us for marriage conferences or things like that, we're also working on the website to get a booking tab on there to where you all are able to book us through a church, through a community event, or something of that nature. So we're working on a lot of stuff to come down the pipeline. And August is the big month for a lot of releases that we're coming out with. So stay tuned. We do one-on-ones, Yolanda. On TikTok, we do one-on-ones. And Quentin Abbott, if you could email that over, if you can go over to Blended and Winning at blendedandwinning.com and do a contact form, you can send that information over for communication. Please. Thank you, Quentin. We're not the only ones that come on here to give you information.
Yeah.
We learn from you all just as you learn from us.
Yeah. We always tell people this is not interrogation.
Right.
This is a conversation.
And this is about iron sharpening iron.
Yes.
That's what we're all about. We're not here just to give you information. We're here to receive information as well. We humble ourselves and we know that God is calling us to this, but we learn on a daily basis.
Yep. And we understand that it is, just like in school, every teacher doesn't get through to every student. And sometimes that teacher has to change their methods up to get to certain students. So, man, we're here just to learn just as much as you all are.
Okay.
All right. So
Thank
look,
you.
till next time, my name is Joaquin Loper. And as always, this is my beautiful wife, Stacy Loper. And we are blended and winning.
And so are you.
Love you. Talk to you later.
Hey, and we go out with a hootie hoo!
D. Clark.
Blue, blue! We love y'all.
See y'all later.
Bye.
Oh, yeah.